Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for the month of September. This is a mid-month reading because today is the 15th while I'm recording this. So I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you are doing well and you're coping with these retrograde energies we're dealing with at this time. Let's just see what's coming up. I'm just tuning for you guys. Ooh, that looks really good already, Pisces. The Knight of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles. So either you guys are really determined to build this, I'm hearing everlasting love or financial stability. It's just being really motivated to build something long lasting. Once again, for some of you, you are very passionate about a long lasting love. That's what I'm hearing again. But you just want to have something in your life for a long lasting period, and that's what you're determined to create. You might recently separated or changed directions. This could be with people who are close around you, with the way you respond to people around you. It's like you're changing direction, almost what I'm feeling. And what your focus is laying on is that you want to focus on the things that truly matters in life, and you want a lot of it. And you will get a lot of it. Wow. Damn, for some of you are really hitting the jackpot. If not literally, then figuratively. But you are most definitely hitting something right here. Ten of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. It looks very, very good. So you might recently, some of you, I'm just gonna put it on the table because this really looks like a recently, like an engagement or a re-engagement or a recommitment. Some people renew their vows after a certain amount or after a certain hard phase in their marriage or life. And that's something that I'm sensing for you guys as well. But this is not for all because I'm reading for a lot of different energies. Knight of Swords is here together with the Four of Wands. Yeah, you are most definitely determined to keep the peace. You are focusing on everything and anyone and anything that brings in harmonious, stable energy. I'm seeing that you're also doing some inner work though, because I feel some of you may be actually starting to walk a more fulfilling spiritual journey when it comes to your emotional well-being. Some of you actually recently started therapy or ending a phase of therapy and are ready to put things from what you've learned into apply it to your life and apply it to your circumstances. So some of you really, it's just reading a certain book that you may have been putting off. It's like, you know what, I'm going to invest this time and energy to read this book and to do this differently, and something clicks within you because it's literally, yeah, beautiful. Wow, you come through as the Queen of Pentacles, Pisces. You might actually deal with an earth sign, and this earth sign is coming off more stable again. I feel like they were a little bit unstable, but if you have been dealing with some issues with an earth sign, I see that there is a new chapter opening for the two of you, and it's a much more harmonious one again. I feel like the two of you were maybe a little bit disconnected because it was a lot of misunderstanding. It was just not completely understanding each other's motives or each other's reasons behind the scenes. You just weren't really completely capable of connecting in that way, and so you kind of went off of what you would normally do or how you would feel. Or I feel like you're really working on deepening that level of ability to have empathy. Yes, but you guys have really big empathy, even though some of my Piscean man have a hard time with really letting go of how they see something and applying that and allowing that to be sort of a gray space for someone else to fill in. But that's another story for another time. Two of Pentacles. I like that. Okay. You have the Six of Swords with the Hierophant and the Seven of Pentacles. It's not so much on how you deal with the situation when everything is up and blooming and thriving. That's all good. It's how you deal with it when everything comes a little bit to a standstill. When the universe isn't showing up in your physical world, but it's showing up in your spiritual world. So you could actually, like, there's a lot of work there left to be done. Things that are intangible, untouchable. It's subconscious work. And you guys are the signs of the subconscious world. Some of you breaking free from what your parents thought you was the right way, and you're finding your own ways. Or it could be in school, like you studied a certain thing and it's like, no, this is what it is. And then you kind of figure out that this just doesn't make that much sense to you, because you're definitely having these insights of like, it might actually be different. And then there's no space there for you to develop that side. I was thinking already. I was like having a hard time talking, but my sage is still on in the background. The Hermit with the Five of Wands. Yeah. He's shining a light up on the changes in your life. So certain things have come to a standstill and others actually have grown much more than you expected them to. And this is Virgo season and we're dealing with retrograde energy. So what is important is to understand that it comes to a standstill in order to look at it closely. The details matter. You have phases where it's all about the bigger picture, and then you have phases where the bigger picture falls apart when the details are not carefully looked at and taken into consideration. And this is one of those phases. So it's not that it's not common. And it's not that you've then planted the seeds and you invested your time and love and energy into it. It's not that. It's just a little bit tweaking here and there, and that's it. Beautiful. Okay, so you have the Five of Swords and the Nine of Cups. So if something it doesn't give you instant gratification, or if it works instantly, jumping into the next best thing, yes, isn't also not the option, because it will just kind of just, it won't bring you that satisfaction either, even though it may look that way. But once again, just because something isn't flowing doesn't mean that it's not good and it won't grow and it won't thrive, because it will. Just instead of jumping into the next best thing, it's taking the time to really look at the details and ease your pace and ease your energy, and then maybe seeing one or two little things that could be different, and then for it to be unplugged, for it to actually thrive. Nine of Cups, emotional happiness and fulfillment, because once again, that's also very important. If we have all these pentacles out here, it's important that on your emotional sense you feel connected to what is showing up in your world. It could be so beautiful, so grand, but if it's not for you and you don't really like that, it's the same thing. For example, it's like, sometimes things on the outside world just kind of all flows, but on the inside you feel like everything is falling apart. And that's why both worlds are so important to look at, because I've known many people who have been depressed because of their financial struggles, but I've also known so many people who have been severely depressed and unhappy with no financial struggles whatsoever. So it's not always about, well, the thing is that of course the outside source and the outside things and material things that can show up can definitely provide you to be, to do things with and to be happy and have experiences and all of that. But if you bring broken soul on a journey, it will only focus on the things that aren't there, because it's better to sometimes, no, I'm not going to use the word better. It's less confrontating on how you're feeling if you are stuck in a situation where you already know that it's normally wouldn't bring you happiness, and being on the other side of the world with the blue water and the amazing, holiday vibes, and everything is provided and everything is there, and you feel, like you're dying on the inside, basically. And then I think that is much more confrontating than the other side. And sometimes it does happen. Sometimes we are in a really good flowing state and we feel like everything is falling apart on the inside and it's not matching the outside world. So then we feel that we can't talk about it, because if people look at our lives, it all looks beautiful and fine and great and grand. But on the inside, it feels so much opposite. And if you have like outward struggles and you come to people, it's like, listen, I just, I'm struggling this and this, my finance and whatever. And they look at you and they say like, yeah, it's normally for you to feel in this way on the inside. And here I am showing up with empathy and all of that. And sometimes people just don't understand the inner struggle that can happen even on the outside. You have everything that is stressing them out as is. And so having a misalignment like that with people around you, it makes you feel really, really alone. So yes, it's beautiful to have all these material things and to build a thing and have long-lasting connections and all of that. But if the core isn't looked after, if the subconscious has no space to speak and to let things out, and your emotional well-being isn't taken into consideration, what happens is that you end up in a beautiful space feeling like you are now. Whoa, that was deep, that was dark, but I can get dark with you guys. I'm just saying, sometimes that's how it feels. Some of you are really, 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 really happy with your single life. And you feel, not just single. I'm like to say your independent sense of self life. Your own journey. And then you're like, you know what? Last time I added someone to that journey, to my journey, and on this point, it kind of all went to shit. And I do not want that to happen. And so maybe you're scared of making from your 9 cups a 10th cup. And that's probably what you're working on. Okay. 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords, and the High Priestess. And I'm going to pick this card up. Ooh, yes. I'm glad I did. Because the Sun is here as well. This is it. Your emotional, your spiritual being and your emotional body has stuff to say. And when that starts shining a light again, when that starts to align, you don't get so caught up in the details. I'm feeling some procrastination here and there. But it's not for a long period of time. Really, you unlock this by honoring your spiritual wisdom and honoring your spiritual body. When you do that, you can definitely unlock things that might be in your way. It's literally just taking it into consideration. That's what's going to be very helpful for you guys. The Moon. And that, yeah, coming to an end. Things you might be unknown. No, how do you put that? Things you might be unaware of. Okay. The things you might be unaware of are coming to light, and that's coming to an end. So that's a little bit too much, guys, doing the most. Okay, what else? Here you go. Strength, yeah. And you will gain your strength. Beautiful. Sometimes we can walk into these really big footprints, right? And we're like, this must be a bear, or this must be a wolf, or some giant this, some giant that. And then, it kind of shows up and it's like this really cute, sweet bison or whatever. I don't know. But because you walk into these prints, these feelings are the prints. And you're like, I must be like, maybe some anxiety rush comes. You're like, whoa, it feels so intense. Like I'm walking into this print, but I don't know who left this print here. What happened? that I feel this emotion now. What is going to happen? What's gonna show up in front of me? Now I'm feeling these feelings and energies. And it might actually not be even that, what your mind is trying to make it out to be, but to find the footprints, to work through that, then to see where it comes from is key. And that's what's putting things to an end. And that's where your strength comes from. It's not running off because of a print you find. It's about, okay, this is a print. Now let's find out where it's from. Okay, this is anxiety. Now let's find out where it comes from. Oh, this is me waking up feeling extremely low and depressed. Okay, now let's figure out what left this print here and how to resolve it. Right? So that's what I'm getting for you guys very strongly. I'm gonna pick up this deck. I really do hope that they're a little bit less intense for you guys than they were on a Capricorn and Aquarius. Just leaving it in the middle. Alright, what we got for Pisces? There we go. We have release, same card. Beautiful, the sun and all that deep dark purple colors coming through, Pisces. That's beautiful because that's a spiritual color. We have 4 cards. Fine, we'll deal with that. We have the spiritual and the emotional. Okay, we have release. It's time to release the past and move on to something new. The ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. The ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. What we talked about, right? The ending. That's what I felt with the, he's walking away from something we can't really see because it's literally in the desert. But he's definitely determined on moving forward towards something bigger, something grander. And this first thing that showed up was the 10 of Pentacles right after that. Okay, you have the sun. Again, you have the sun twice, Pisces. That's beautiful. It says your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments you so richly deserve. Told you to not leave that one thing behind just because it isn't flowing right now. It might be just one little tweak, one little thing that needs to change in order to unlock it. And you'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments you so richly deserve. Beautiful. Also with the 4 of Wands. All your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, to clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and disengage from people who are creating more drama than happiness in your life. Last one is 8 of Winter. It says, it's so easy to convince yourself that you are trapped when you really aren't. Trust that God will lift you to new heights and will give you greater self-confidence if you affirm your freedom. You see, this bird is stuck, is hesitating to leave this cage. Others already went before him. They're kind of sort of waiting for him to get out because they can't get him out. He needs to get out himself. They could have opened the door, but he needs to convince himself that he can get out and fly, and that he will be fine. And there will be a better life than the circumstances that he has known. So that's you. You can feel really trapped when you really aren't. The problem is not that he doesn't see that the door is opening and then there's a way out of the cage. The problem is convincing himself that he can fly and he can survive outside of what he knows. When you always put yourself down first and then someone else coming and putting you down for the same thing, you already emotionally prepared yourself, right? So then it's less bad when you fail because you already were that hard on yourself. All right. Pisces looks really, really beautiful. Like so much, I'm going to say freaking, okay? So much freaking potential for you guys in there. It's beautiful. So use the rest of 2022. I don't even want to talk about September. I want you to use the rest of 2022, working your way up to your beautiful season in the beginning of next year, where you're like, I did it. I'm doing it. I'm good. And I'm starting to really, really reap the rewards of all the hard work that I've been putting in. So if you want to set something now, working all the way up to your birthday, do that. I think it would be really, really good and healthy for you guys, because you're starting off with a Knight of Wands, something new, something exciting, something motivating, something intriguing, something creative and inspiring. All right? I love you so much, and I'm super happy about all the beautiful things that are coming your way when you get out of your own way. Okay. I love you, Pisces. Be back soon, okay? Bye.